Hello everybody, it's me, the Real Local Maniac. I'm back again with another 8-Bit Wars. Now, as you can see, today I'll be playing Green Beret. Now, this game is also known as Russian Attack in the US. Now, basically, what you've got to try and do is rescue your friends that have been held captive. You're basically a one-man army, and all you're armed with to start off with is a knife. So, you know, you've got to be pretty badass to actually think you can take out a whole army with a, just a knife. Now, the next thing I want to mention is how insanely difficult this game is. It's hard to progress anywhere, basically. It really is. This game, basically, is really difficult. Now, that is the best weapon that I've got there. It's a flamethrower, and the reason why I like the flamethrower is, as soon as you shoot it, it just takes out everything on the screen and keeps on travelling. So if you time it right, you can kill all the oncoming enemies. Now, this game was made by Konami. It came out in 1985. And graphically, I suppose it looks alright, you know, considering when it came out. So you can actually expect the home, versions to look pretty similar to it. Now, I used to play this game in the arcade. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of this game, to be honest with you, because I don't necessarily think it's a great game. I actually prefer games like Ghosts and Goblins. I just thought this game was a little bit frustrating. But some people love it. Alright, so I'm near the end of the first level. The little truck should come along now. Yep. So if I time this right, if I just stand there, I should be able to kill them all. No, that's me dead. Right, so guys, I've completely forgot to mention, have a look at the graphics, have a look at the sprites, have a look, have a listen to the music and the sound effects, because those are all the things that I'll be comparing, the Spectrum, the Amstrad and the Commodore 64 versions. Right, like I said, it's a tough game. I think the furthest I've got is maybe just somewhere in the second level. Right, can you guys guess what I'm going to put my name as in the high score? Because this is what I used to do in the actual arcades. It's a 3-letter word, begins with an S. Can you guess? Some of you may already know this, I mentioned this in a previous video. E. Sex! Yay! Right, so this is the ZX Spectrum version of Green Beret. Pretty much the same thing there. It's kind of hard on the eyes though. You can't see what's going on with all the red there. Now the first thing you'll notice is the lack of colour. Well, it has got colour, but not on the actual characters. You've got a blue background there, all the things are done in black, and you've got a bit of green there. But despite all that, it does look pretty decent actually. You can actually tell this is a port of the classic game Green Beret. And just like its arcade sort of counterpart, this game is insanely hard as well. It's hard to get anywhere in this game. See what I mean? Alright, so I want to try again, because otherwise it wouldn't be much of an 8-Bit Wars if, I compare it with a 20-second sort of like a gameplay. So I'm going to try a different tactic this time. So while I'm doing that, let's look at the graphics. All the sprites are nicely drawn there. They look very similar to their arcade counterpart. The playing area is a lot smaller. Even though everything is not in colour, everything is nicely detailed. And it controls pretty well. The sound effects are really, really nice. They actually sound very similar to the arcade. It's got no music though, like the arcade, unfortunately. And guys, yeah, pay attention, because it's got some decent scrolling actually, which is pretty good though when you consider when this game actually came out. Because a lot of the games were sort of like flip screen on this ZX Spectrum, they wouldn't sort of scroll. So, they've done a pretty good job on this. As arcade conversions go, this is a pretty decent one. It's not the best arcade conversion, to be fair, but yeah, it's a pretty decent one. Right, so I am surrounded there. Oh wow, look at that. Lightning reflexes, that's how I avoided that bullet. Man, this game's tough. Oh, I avoided that flying kick. That's pure skill. Yeah, basically you need to have, like a Jedi sort of like reflexes to actually get anywhere in this game. And unfortunately, I haven't got Jedi skills because I'm absolutely rubbish at this game. Well, I'm nearing the end now because you've got the missile base there. I suppose it is kind of hard to see the bullets in this version. And it does sort of lack the music, it does feel slightly empty without the music. There's a little truck, looks slightly different. And then and that guy with the flying kick got me again on this version as well. So that was the specky version. Right, so this is the Amstrad version of Green Beret. You get a nice little intro there. Look at him there, running there, mincing along. Looks a little bit camp. I always found that slightly amusing. So there we go. Our character here is slightly camp, but you know, I'm not one hold that against him. He's still a badass soldier. Or Green Beret, I should say. Now, it's got some music. Can you hear that music, guys? Now, the music on this, actually, if you listen closely, kind of sounds like porn music. You know, music like they used to have in porn films in the early 80s. Have another listen. Yeah, it does sound like porn music. But anyway, let's talk about the graphics. The graphics are nice and colourful. They're very clear. You can see what's going on. It feels slightly blocky, though, and the characters do look like they're sort of a little bit camp, you know, just running along. Running on his little tiptoes. But again, it's a decent enough conversion. The scrolling isn't very good though, because it sort of has to wait till you get to the end and then it just slides over. Now that can help you out, and it can also be a bit of a hindrance as well. See, I mean, like, if you lose concentration there for a split second, that guy would have got me, you know. I am actually surprised that this didn't have proper scrolling like the ZX Spectrum version. It's a real shame that the Spectrum version could have it, so could the Amstrad. To be honest, I'm not too keen on the music, but graphically I think it looks pretty nice. Looks pretty decent, actually. Some nice use of colour there on the sprites. They do kind of sort of resemble like Lego figures. My god, this game is tough. I've got a few extra lives actually in this version. Now I don't know whether that's because it's like I'm playing an emulated version or whether the original Amstrad version did have extra lives. Maybe one of you guys can actually let me know. It's been a long time since I actually played my Amstrad version. And I got hit with a flying kick to the face. Now this game is insanely tough. I mean, like I said before, in all the versions, that's one thing it stays true to the actual arcade game. It is insanely tough. Now, I believe the actual arcade game did have a sequel of sorts, a game called, it wasn't AWOL or something like that, which was played pretty similar to, you know, Green Beret or Russian Attack, whatever you want to call it. Right, so I've got the flamethrower there. And, okay, can I get, no, that's me done. Right, now this is the Commodore 64 version of Green Beret, and guys, listen to that music. Again, with the C64, you've got to have a good soundtrack to it. Now, I'm just killing time, guys, with that music, and the reason why I'm killing time is because I know this version's kind of tough as well. Nicely animated there, the guys in the background kidnapped. The colours look, the bridge looks like it's all rusty in this version. I'm dead already. Actually, this game does move along at a nice pace, actually. Flows a lot better than the other versions. And everything is nicely animated as well. The scrolling's pretty good in this version as well. Now, I may not be happy with the colour scheme because, again, I don't like the faded out colour on the Commodore 64. But I do like the way this game moves. Oh, man. Bullet just, I don't know, just got me right in the back. Wasn't even expecting it. Right, I'm going to try it again because I can't sort of like just do it like that. Hopefully this time, guys, I'll do a lot better. Yeah, the sound effects are pretty similar to the arcade game as well, but this has got some nice music. You know, like unlike the porn star music that the Amstrad version had. Sorry guys if I'm not saying much, but I'm actually trying to concentrate on this game. Whoa. Yeah, graphically, I think this looks more like the arcade than the other versions do, actually. It does look very similar to it. It's a tough game. I know I've said that before, but this is one hell of a tough game. It's probably one of the toughest games there are on the 8-bit computers and the arcades. Right guys, it's time to choose a winner. I'm going to go for, you've probably guessed it, Commodore 64. Goodbye guys.